Welcome back to it, your feel-good show, Expresso. We're live on SABC3. Now, when it came to who was going to be the director of the stage adaptation of the best-selling book, Living Coloured by Yusuf Daniels, there are few choices, obviously, than award-winning singer, songwriter and actor Loukmaan Adams. And making of his solo directorial debut, he's leading a dynamic cast of 6 talented performers in a play that is set to be wildly popular. And he joins us now, along with Yusuf himself, to share more about the upcoming production at the Baxter Concert Hall in Cape Town. Guys!
Lekker introduction, man. Wow!
Excitement. I was just saying now that I get really excited when I hear the story of any book being adapted for the stage, because I think it gets a new opportunity to live in a different form, right? Which is exciting, but it must be nerve-wracking for you to put that experience together.
Actually, it wasn't. I just know that there's quite an expectation now because so many people have read the book. So they have their own idea of what they think is going to look like. Who are they going to see? Are they going to see Ruti? Are they going to see Yussi at 6 or 8 or 12? And we managed to find, with the help of Daniel Richards, to put all these amazing stories together, because obviously we had to work it or rework it and workshop it, and also having Yusuf there all the time reminding us, guys, not like that. We were like, Yusuf, just calm down. We've got this under control.
So he's not easy to please.
He's not easy to please, and then he comes to rehearsals with food and distracts us with Abbas's vorsies and sisters, and you kind of go, we need to stay in shape here. Just calm down.
I look after my people.
As you should. But let's talk about this, Loukmaan, is that you've spent quite a bit of time telling coloured stories, and you've existed, obviously, in the coloured community. I mean, you're really a top-tier talent in Cape Town, in the Western Cape, that is able to really tell coloured community stories in the most beautiful way. This story must be particularly interesting and exciting for you to be a part of.
I've never done a story where we talk about Mitchell's Plain and the growing up in Mitchell's Plain, and that got me excited because reading Yusuf's book is, like you said earlier, it's basically everyone's story. That's why you can relate to it, how you grew up, what you played. Our kids, they don't know about Kenergy, a game that we played, or if you talk about Tamalechis or Guma.
Do you know about Kenergy?
I don't know any of those games.
You actually
he's one of those.
I am one of them,
so
unfortunately. And it's sad.
That's the thing. We're so hooked on social media that reading this book brought back a time, and that's what we want to bring back, a time where your friends were actually in the road. It wasn't on social media, or you had to go FaceTime. Actually, everyone was in the road playing tennis, Kenergy, Boku later sit. I don't want to talk about the other IC that he played.
No, we're not at this time of the day. Not at this time of the day. But Yusuf, to take a collection of stories and bring them together in a way that makes sense is quite the challenge. How was that for you?
You know what? It's going to sound very show-offy, but it wasn't a challenge, because it's my stories.
Oh, yes.
So it's actually easier if you write your own stories. Like, as the writing is not easy, well, so they say, but I absolutely enjoyed putting those stories together because it was just me laying down, thinking back, and then just starting to write.
And bringing those characters to life then is another thing, which must be interesting when it comes to the casting process. Finding all the right mix of people to play those characters. For anyone who's read the book, I mean, the expectation must be quite a bit of pressure.
It wasn't easy in the beginning because a lot of people weren't available.
And who did you approach and wasn't available? And who did you call and they said, no, not enough?
I called you, and then your agent said you're not available.
I mean, my agent did mention something about a book, and I said, you know...
Living Coloured, forget it.
The one thing is there were a lot of people who looks like Yusuf, but we needed someone to be able to play Yusuf at 6.
I've got a common face, you said.
No, that was as hot and beautiful as us. Living Slot.
Like I said, you've got to always be pleasing this man. But you did manage to put together 6 really amazing people.
We needed some guys who could were multi-talented. They could dance, they could sing, they could be 6 years old, they could be 12 years old, they could be 30, they could play a grandmother. So that was the interesting process of putting this thing together. And watching them perform, they look like they're having fun. And hopefully that will transcend into the audience.
I love it. Does someone need to have read the book to really connect with this story? And if someone has already read the book, do they need to bank their expectations and be open-minded and open-hearted as they approach the stage production?
You know what? I don't think you need to read the book. I think you need just to come and watch the show because look, what Loukmaan did was he took my story and I can't say that word. He just
That's not a bad word, is it?
No.
Okay, I don't think it's a bad word. Is it a bad word?
No, it's not a bad word. Okay, so he moved it all around,
Clapped
left
it.
upside down, and he turned it into something so special. And the actors that's on there, oh my gosh, you guys are in for such a surprise.
Yeah.
They are truly quiet.
And I think what's also nice is that there's obviously music to it. And you would know when you hear a certain song
Yeah.
that, okay, you're taking me back
Nice
to a
touches.
time
And
when I
you're
was
producing
16.
a whole show during COVID times. What was that like?
I was just there with my mask on. He had all the challenges. I was just criticizing him a lot.
Did you have a face shield
I had
as
the
well?
shield on,
I do have to say,
everything.
though, it's difficult to do it, but
Yeah.
we had to get used to it, obviously.
Yeah.
In the Baxter, and everyone there's not just our company, it's the staff, it's the people in admin. We've got someone like Fahim,
Kopsie.
who reminds us every
Kopsie,
day. We're busy sweating and figuring out stuff, and
Yeah.
he's like, wear your mask, stay. But yeah, it's been interesting, but it's the new normal. It's how we have to do things right now.
And we embrace it. We embrace it, but we also do embrace the opportunity to take our talents, or use, I suppose, you guys, to take your talents and put them on stage again for people to really enjoy, because there's so much magic in that. There's so much magic in going and watching a story unfold that you can relate to, and it's such a beautiful thing that you're able to do this for people. So thank you so much.
We need something like this right now. We need to smile and start laughing and
We do.
just celebrating life.
We need
do.
to dress up a little. People want to dress up.
And
They
make
wanna come out.
dalchies as well. Dress up and make dalchies, which you're going to do for us. So the best-selling book, Living Colored by Yusuf Daniels, is being brought to life. Yes, on stage. It's sure to be a popular show, so don't miss out. It's running at the Baxter Concert Hall in Cape Town from the 8th of December 2020 through to the 9th of January. You haven't got that much time. You need to get those tickets. They range from 125 Rand to 225, and they are available on webtickets.co.za. We're making dalchies when we get back. These guys are going to get to work in the kitchen, and we'll see you after this.